If you'd like to see my new surprise tank that I've been working on for 3 weeks, stick around to the end of the video.
Hello my fish friends. I'm going to do an update on all my tanks for you today. This is my area where my little guppy pond is sitting. You're not going to see very much, but because it's too dark, I'm going to have to do something about that. I'm going to have to put some light out here. See what I can do. But there's my Idor filter. Boy, it's dark. Sorry. There's the Hydor filter. Let's see if I can really do this. Which I'm going to do, I think next week I'm going to pull it apart. It'll be a month and a half that I've owned it now, so we'll see what happens. I just did a big water change. I did like 90%, 80% on this tank. So everybody, I put some nice little cool water in, because obviously I have some male female in here, so we're going to see if we can get somebody breeding again. I can pay attention to who. So here's this tank. Everyone's doing fine, coloring up nicely. I don't know if you can see the nice blue on them. I wish you guys could see the colors I see. Everyone's getting pretty big too. I mean, like if you go finger size, like, you know, he's, I don't know, 4? He's the biggest one in there, right there. I think he's the biggest. And that one's pretty big, but there's a good example. Oh, he took off on me. But they're starting to get pretty big. They're 4 inches. They started off at probably 2. So they've good doubled in size. They got some beef on them. I'm pretty impressed. The tank's doing really well. I feel sorry for this little guy. He's been beaten up quite a... Oh, where'd he go? There he is. He's got beaten up quite badly. I considered pulling him out of the tank, but the problem is if I pull him out of the tank, I don't think I'd ever be able to put him back in. So he seems to be swimming around. He seems to be doing okay, but there's something about him. He's the smallest one in here, but as you see, he's running around having a good time. And somewhere down here is my catfish. Catfish. Oh. Catfish. Oh, you can see the tail of him in there. Oh, there he is. He's coming up to say hi. He's not really growing very big, but he's a slow grower, so we'll see what happens. So let's go check out the 20-gallon. Okay, so here's a 20-gallon. This is my sad tank, because this is the one that I had like 50 some shrimp in, cherry shrimp, and they're all gone. Everything died, which is sad. But I also got those fry, and if you look, here's one of them. There's 2 of them. They're growing. I still have no clue what they are. So I'm not sure. I got a couple of Priscillas in here, and there's that mystery guppy fry that I had a long time ago that if you pay attention to my videos, you'd know. He obviously does not have a full black end to him, so he doesn't match the other ones, so he's going to end up in the guppy tank, the guppy tub. And there's what I have of the plants from Angelo.
which I have not really done anything with, and the valve, the corkscrew valve, is dying back. So I guess I'm going to leave that in there and see what happens to it. Which I find strange because it came in so healthy, and this tank is always, and I use Furts in it, and so it's always been a healthy tank. So not much to report on this tank. It's sort of just bare, and I'm trying to figure out. I think I'm going to do a totally I'm going to gut it, do a total landscape on it, and just redo the entire tank. With the idea of keeping these, keeping these guys in it. So this is this tank. Now let's go check out the next tank. Okay, here's my 38, which I call the 40. Everyone knows this tank. This is my beautiful planted tank. All the plants are doing awesome. I'm really, really impressed with how this tank is turning out. The valve is good, my corkscrew valve in the back's good, all my fish are doing fine. See, they just got to be part of it. My Danios are doing great. My Persilids are doing awesome. My Serpae Tetras are doing great. Cories, they're running around having a great time. My 3 Plecos, I think I have 3. I had 4 and I lost one, which I think jumped out of the tank. Never found him, but he did. But the Cories are doing awesome. This tank is doing great. I'm really impressed with how this tank has come out. And as you know, these tanks are all in my bedroom, except for the big one. Oh, there's one of the... There he is. An albino. It's a true albino because you can see by the red eyes on him. So that's kind of neat. And obviously, there's one of the neons. Now, let's go look at my little 5-gallon. Okay, this tank is my experiment breeding tank, okay? I put these 2 guppies in here. Oh, let's put some focus on this. Alright, Mama is the fattest guppy I've ever seen. If you can see. That's my tuxedo. But if you can see how fat she is, she's huge. And if you look really close, there's fry in here. Lots of them. Another interesting part is if I can find them, which probably I can't because they're not around. They never are when I'm looking for them. Is I do have some cherry shrimp that are living in this tank. There's one of the seems to be healthy, swimming around. So there's a few babies in here I've noticed also, so hopefully I can repopulate my colony, which would be nice. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm happy to see though that I never lost them all. This tank was covered well and the filter was off. I don't see any others though right now, but they are in here. I've seen them. Where did he go? There he is. Just hanging out on the plant. This tank is like almost, I would say, close to 40–50% Java moss. So this tank's doing really well, and I have to do a water change, but that's tomorrow. Tomorrow's water change day for me. So there you go. There's a fast update to let you know how all my tanks are doing. What am I missing? Oh, I have a surprise for you. So let's check out the surprise. That's all you get to see of my new tank for now. It's a surprise. I've been working on this tank now for, I'd say, 3 weeks. I found the fish I want to own, so I have actually bought the fish and I set up the tank accordingly to the fish, which is sort of different for me because usually I buy the tank and then buy the fish. But I found the fish, so I bought the tank, and it's a 20 long, and it's scaped, and it has I'm going with a theme. So, in true tradition of Rick, Mr. Science Geek, there's your teaser. There you go.